So you got out of QBTS after seeing their revenue, 1 million or so. Well, there's been plenty of stocks that have been trading, in the tens of billions in market cap without no revenues. So, wait, UPST is only 2 billion market cap? This thing is very liquid for a 2 billion market cap company. I thought it was like a 20, 30 billion market cap. This thing is super liquid. Interesting. All the quantum computing names are, well, not all of them, but the ones I have are pre-stems. Gapping up pre-market. Oh boy, Tesla. Wonder if it's like an exhaustion gap. Could be an exhaustion gap in that one. This is what a momentum market looks like, guys. Things just go up and up and up. And so many people still in disbelief, hating on the market. Don't be that guy. Have an open mind, trade what's in front of you. And first of all, most important of all, learn how stocks move. Carvana volume is enormous so far. The first 5-minute candle was higher than at any time yesterday. So this thing is, holy shit, enormous volume. Maybe it's gonna have even more volume than yesterday, share volume. And I like how many of these stocks that are, straight up over the past month and a half, they're just, flagging. Like AI, Palantir. They're holding the gains, they're surfing the moving averages. That's exactly what you want to see. That's something we haven't seen over the past year and a half or so. We there's been some, big couple of week moves, and then it just faded. We got these bear market rallies. This is the first time we see things actually holding up on a broad scale. Like, there's been a few stocks going up, like Meta and Netflix and Nvidia, so on, but there's more and more stocks participating, more and more sectors. That's exactly what you want to see. Like, VIPs never pulled back over the past 4 or 5 months, or 3-4 months, while China has been, going down. And now it kind of broke out to new highs. Oh shit, don't tell me I missed IONQ. Fuck. No. 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 Don't tell me I missed it. Oh, I hate my life. God damn it, Ionic. Oh, I hesitated yesterday. And today I wanted to wait for a pullback. If CRDO is a good setup, I don't think it is. I think it's an extended stock, and I think it's a random update. It's very important not to get any FOMO at this point. Because, most things are already up a lot over the past month and a half. And there are things setting up, but right now I don't see much. Hey guys, does anyone know a good news site where you can see analyst notes and stuff like that? No, not Twitter. Twitter is noisy. Twitter is completely useless. Yeah, Bloomberg terminal. Yeah, I should probably get it. Yeah, I know I can afford it, but I don't want a Bloomberg terminal. I don't want that computer. I literally don't want it. Why can't you run an application on your regular computer? The Fly, yeah, I don't use any of those sites anymore. Yeah, but Finwis doesn't have analyst notes. Oh, Bloomberg is an app on a regular computer? I thought you literally had to get one of those terminals. So you don't have to get it. Farfetch finally starting to move. Had its biggest volume ever 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago on the it was a failed EP. And now it's up double digits. This is also a very dangerous period when you have a hot market like this. People start chasing stuff, especially people who miss the rally. They get desperate, start chasing a bunch of stuff. and then it gets smoked. Neo had bad numbers and still up. Well, you must be new to the stock market. It's not as simple as bad down and good up. That's not how the stock market works. You find more. Do I find more importance in forward earnings over normal earnings? What do you mean normal earnings? Forward earnings is everything. Market is forward looking. The market doesn't care about current earnings. The market doesn't give a shit that NIO has negative revenue growth. Because they're probably, you know, maybe it's anticipating the growth will pick up again. Yeah, guidance, it's the same thing. Forward growth guidance. Pretty much what the market participants or analysts and whatever expect the stock to earn in the future. That's much more important. Like Nvidia didn't gap up 26% because it had 33% negative EPS growth and 21% negative revenue growth. No, it gapped up because they expect huge revenue growth coming forward. That's what it's trading on. It's trading on the future, not the past. Here too, the last quarter. No, wait, these are wrong numbers. It's fucking MarketSmith. I need to get rid of this MarketSmith bullshit. It's completely useless. These are the real numbers. They're so slow updating the EPS revenue growth numbers. They used to be quick, now they're super slow. You know? It's had negative revenue EPS growth for multiple quarters now, yet the stock is up 300% almost. Why? Because the market expects them to have huge numbers going forward. Well, it's not that Nvidia earnings or revenue guidance was one of the best ever in the space. No, it's like one of the best ever in the history of the world. Like they literally guided, let's see. Yeah, the consensus was 7 billion. They guided 11 billion. Like how often does it happen that a company guides 4 billion over what the analysts expect? And there's a lot of analysts covering this thing. It just doesn't happen. 4 billion. This Roku had an EP 2 days ago, but I couldn't find any news on it. I guess it's just because the market's been hot and it's moving up on that. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how many times in the history of the world a company has made that big of a raise in their revenue guidance. Maybe never. I don't know. Peloton EP. Probably not. It's just a laggard stock. What you see, when the market heats up, you start all of these, the leaders, they start moving and go up for weeks and months, and then, next tier of stocks start moving, and then the last tier of stocks, they, start moving, and I think this is the last tier of stocks. I don't think this is gonna have any follow through. Maybe it will, but I don't think so. It's a huge laggard. Yeah, if you, look, we've seen, over the past year and a half, 2 years, like no one knows anything. You see these analysts with the price targets and their fancy calculations and all these reasons the market should go down and whatnot, right? How many of the, of these, analysts at banks and whatnot called for a bull market late last year? There was like maybe 1 or 2 out of, I don't know, 20, 30. Everyone else were super cautious. And now look at the Nasdaq 100. Look at this, right? They're completely useless. And sure as hell, they're not gonna call the next top, and then they're not gonna call the next bottom, and they're not gonna call the next top after that. It's all a waste of time. The more you tune them out, the better. All these news, and it's just an epic waste of time. There's always something to worry about, right? You know, people worried about the recession, and then they worried about the debt ceiling, and now they're worrying about something else. Yeah, exactly. Not everyone called for a recession in 2023, but first they called for a recession late last year, and then it was supposed to come early this year, and then mid this year. Now it's probably gonna come late this year or early next year. I mean, you know, it's all just tiring. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, there's gonna be a recession in the future, 100% guaranteed, but no one knows when it's gonna come. That's just the simple truth. And no one knows what the markets are gonna do before a recession comes, right? It's all a waste of time. The best investment you can do in yourself: watch the markets, watch setups. You know, have a market filter. That's the only analyst / economist you should listen to. It's the market. Yeah, the 10 and 20. That trading view indicator I showed you yesterday, really, really good. It's simple. It's this one from Chillax with 3 L's, right? Very simple. It's gonna keep you in the market 80% of the good times, and it's gonna keep you out of the market 80% of the bad times. Very simple. It's not perfect, and it doesn't have to be. You know, there's many, you know, indicators and breadth indicators and whatnot, you know, you can use. This is one I use, right? And I'm probably gonna remove this MACD thingy, because it's it's pretty much the same thing. The MACD is maybe a little bit more sensitive. Yeah, the MACD is probably a little bit more sensitive. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can use this MACD thingy. You know, it doesn't really matter. You need to have something that's good enough. That's the most important. You know, if you swing trade on the long side, if you trade EPs and breakouts. EPs can work at any time, but you're also gonna be better in a good market. Is Carvana B-tier leader? Yeah. Well, I mean, the leaders have been, the recent past month, AI and Palantir, I think, are the leading liquid stocks over the past month or so, month and a half. Carvana is definitely the leader, but I wouldn't be surprised if this makes the biggest move. It's it's a laggard. Sorry, it's a laggard. It didn't start moving until recently. Just went sideways. But don't get hung up on that. Many times the third tier stocks can make huge moves also. When you get to the euphoric phase and people start chasing anything, those things can sometimes, many times they just one and done, they gap up and then they fade, but sometimes they can have enormous follow through. A few days when they double, triple, quadruple. Yeah, anyone got WDSEP like a month ago or whenever it was? 2 weeks ago. Look at the volume. It had 100 million plus volume that first day. Holy shit. Where was the opening range highs? Something like 80 cents. It was too low price for me. I didn't even see it until later. That one was, and look at the move it made. 200% since then. Huge volume. It traded, what, like 1.7 million shares first 5 minutes. Wait, 1.4 million. 3.1 million shares first 10 minutes. Yeah, this indicator, yeah, it's pretty much the crossing. I think it's also the slope of that. Let's see. I don't know how you see it here. No. I don't know how you see the code. I'm not really good at TradingView. It's the 10 day above the 20 day, and I think also it looks at the slope of the moving averages. Yeah, slope too. Yeah, like if the 10 is sloping up, that's good. If the 20 is sloping up, that's good. If one of them starts sloping down, that's a bit cautious. Two of them start sloping down, that's cautious. The 10 crosses below the 20, that's not really good. Yeah, I do wish this TC2000 had more functions. That's the strength of TradingView, that you can build your own indicators and share them. It's much as such, it's a social platform. That's the strength of TradingView. But the scanning and watchlist management is just not that good, not compared to TC2000. Yeah, KC, I didn't see the news on it. What's the news on KC? It's a China name. It's fading now. It's not really a good EP. I don't like it. I mean, the volume is good, but I don't know. I don't trust these China names. You can build it. Oh, well, yeah, you can, but you can't share them as you can in trading. Like in trading, it's so easy to search for indicators other people have made. It's just, it's a fresh, like modern platform. I like it. TC2000 is a little bit boomerish. It's actually a lot boomerish, but it's good. It's solid. And honestly, I think it's better. It's more stable than it was like 5-10 years ago. It used to be down much more. Now, past 2-3 years, I don't remember TC2000 being down. And also, a good thing about TradingView, you can look at other markets. You can, it's so much fun to look at like Hong Kong stocks and Indian stocks and like, I don't know, Mexican stocks, etc., etc. I love that. I do that sometimes. Look at the biggest winners, and it's just the same setups. You have EPs, you have breakouts, you have, Swedish stocks. They have everything. I think next week we're gonna get some epic parabolic mean reversion setups in some of these liquid names. Maybe Sophie, maybe Tesla. Hopefully Carvana. Hopefully this thing goes to 40, 50. Having said that, my stop is at yesterday's low. I'm not gonna let it go lower than that. I still have my core position from the like low teens, but the ads I bought opening range highs, I sold them. That was a quick 30%. Oh, the indicator and filter is a different thing. Okay. Damn, IMGN is getting some epic follow through from the EP. That was a picture perfect EP. Super high volume. Took out the multi-year base. It's just pretty much straight up. Even here, it built higher lows all the way. Similar to VKTX, it, kept building higher low. Well, actually, this one kind of faded here. Late March. And then it had another EP. If there's one setup you guys should study, it's this one. I think it's, I think it's probably one of the, probably the best setup for most people. Because you don't have to sit there and, watch every tick on every shit stock. Like a frenzied day trader. You come to the market 30 minutes before the market opens, you look at the gappers, check the news, then you wait to the open, see what has volume, and the ones that have good news, you know, you look at them, or good earnings, or hot sector. Now obviously it takes some, you know, it takes some time to get good at it, because it's very hard to know as a beginner what's, you know, some pump job and fluff, and what's, you know, real. Weave, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've found breakouts are best when there's, you know, market has been going down or sideways for a while, and then when you have a momentum stock having a breakout. But now, you know, the markets are kind of straight up, and I don't know, it could work. AI, yeah, well, I did add a tiny bit, but looking at it now, it wasn't great. It's not a good setup. I looked at the 60-minute, right? 60-minute is a beautiful flag on a 60-minute, but it's probably gonna stop me out. It's not really a great setup on the daily. Rambus, it's a shit setup on the daily. This is not a stock you buy a breakout on, really. Rambus is more of a mean reverting stock, generally. It's already extended. It's like squeezing water out of a stone. This is a really shitty one. But guys, you know, those of you who are so afraid of buying biotechs, guys, when they release data, right, the event is out of the way. Like, they're not gonna release data the next day, right? They're probably not gonna release data for months. Especially like these smaller cap, micro cap that only have like 1 or 2 things in the pipeline. Like, to release the data, if it's good, and the stock is hopefully gonna go up. You don't need to worry about it. It's not like buying a biotech, you know, that has announced that they're gonna release data a week from now. It's not the same thing. Like, no, that's just playing Russian roulette. This is why, you know, we talked about CRSP, you know, someone said they're gonna release data, was it next week, you know? So immediately I just removed it from my potential EP list, because I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna buy a few days before a data release. I don't care how good it looks. I do care about 1 and 5 minute charts. I just look very rarely at them, and usually it's near the opening. There's no need for me to look at the 5 minute chart or 60-minute chart. I mean, you know, I look at it on the opening, on like EPs and stuff like that, or potential EPs, just to see the volume. But other than that, like, there's no need for me to look at the intraday. If I need to look at the intraday, I just click here. Oh, 60-minute chart or 5 minute chart. Yeah, that's exactly what happened to my girlfriend too. She actually bought it on the earnings here. Look at it, actually had an EP here, earnings EP. She bought it here, right? And then it had a data. And this is where I bought it. I bought it at 11 bucks. I think that was the opening range highs. Let's see, my average is 10.97. Yeah, that's the risk with the biotechs, absolutely. You always have the risk of, you know. And honestly, she didn't look for, she didn't know there was data coming. I didn't know either, because I didn't check. But yeah, she could have gotten smoke on that buy. You know, IMCN could have gapped down 50%. I don't know. I'm your new Kramer. That's not really a good thing, man. Being a Kramer is not really a good thing, because, you know, he's known for, you know, saying the exact wrong thing at the wrong time. Oh, from Seinfeld? Kramer from... I never watched Seinfeld, so... I don't know. Yeah, one thing I'm really excited over is that these stocks are not giving back gains. Like they're surfing, Palantir pulled back to the 10. Look at where he pulled back to, the 10 EMA. You see that? And AI too, it found support on the rising 10 EMA. Undercut, reclaimed, and then it built higher lows for 3 days, and now it's up here again. They're all surfing. GSIT is surfing the 10-day. APLD, Monday, they're all surfing these. Well, only on the 10 EMA. Yeah, I used to use the regular moving average, but on the daily. But I don't even remember why I switched it to 10 EMA. It was like a year ago, maybe. I'm not even sure. I don't even remember. I know I've been using the 10. It doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't fucking matter. You can use the 9 EMA. You can use the 11 move. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a, it's not a rocket science. As long as it's good enough. The point is, when you're in a trending market and you get these leading stocks, the moving averages work like magic. They're literally magic lines. I mean, it was a good setup, sure. But I don't really trade many breakouts nowadays. I just find I just mostly try to focus on EPs. Life gets so much easier. Why mess around with low liquidity stuff like ARQQ? Because I want to grow my tax-free account. I have a lot of illiquid stocks in my in that account. Potential multi-baggers. Like QBTS is already up like 240% since I bought it 3 weeks ago. That's how you build small accounts, guys. It's called Small Account Edge. Right now I'm trying to build my tax-free account, my Swedish ISK account. Well, it's not entirely tax-free, but it's pretty much nothing. So I'm tired of paying taxes. I'd rather, trade less. Probably do less shorting going forward and, have more and more of my money in my tax-free account. Just less effort. Because I don't want to spend my life in front of the screens. I want to do less and less every year. So I'm probably gonna, move more money out from my US accounts into my Swedish account. Yeah. Very few people make money shorting over a long term. Or at least portfolio managers like funds and stuff. Like as an individual, you can definitely make a lot of money shorting. Like there's a lot of day traders that have been around for decades that, mostly short. Day traders and like short-term swing traders. I know several that mostly short. They've been around for decades. But usually it's not a very scalable strategy. That's the problem with shorting. You rarely get these hyper liquid ones. And you also, the percentage work against you, right? You can buy something like QBTS, it goes up hundreds of %, but if you short, realistically, how big of a move is it gonna make? 20, 30, 50? Like if you get a 70% on a short, that's a really great job. That's also one of the problems with shorting. I don't think I can short in my ISK account. I'm pretty sure I can't. Or can I? I haven't tried, to be honest. SMCI was the biggest miss this earnings season for me. I looked at it and, it had decelerating EPS and revenue growth. And I don't know. I just passed on it. I didn't feel the earnings report. You get an uptrending market. You have a hot theme. And it had a follow-on EP here too. You see this? You think the stock is extended here, right? Nope. Up another 30% since 35. Let's see, USA, Nasdaq. How many shorts can I? Well, it's actually a pretty good list. Like large cap stocks. I'm not interested in... let's see here. Pareto, let's see, Nasdaq. Yeah, it's mostly large and mega cap. Oh, okay, yeah, that short list is not that good. Yeah, it's not very good. Doesn't matter. Can't have it all. Some things are starting to fade now. This is why it's, you know, kinda tricky to buy, you know, when things have been going straight up for a month. Kinda tricky to buy, especially breakouts. Like EPs can still work, but breakouts are very tricky. Breakouts are best to buy when the market is just coming out of a correction. In my opinion. Well, EPs too, general, but EPs can work on their own. I mean, soon we're gonna get all these AI generated deep fakes. That's a little bit scary because soon you can't trust anything. You can't trust any voice or video sources on the internet ever. Like you can't literally trust anything because you don't know if it's AI generated or if it's real. I mean, we're still a few years away, but it's coming quickly, man. But hey, AI is a fad, right? Is this the real Qullamaggie? Nope. I'm an AI generated voice. Well, not just elderly people. What I worry about is like people in power, like you know, getting scammed or getting wrong information or you know, stuff like that. There will have to be some kind of global verification technology that will prevent people getting scammed from AI. Sure. Yeah, blockchains is gonna solve that. There's always a new use case for blockchain. I kind of love it. Yeah, NNOX was FDA clearance too, yeah. This one was a true EP. My girlfriend had it, she sold it like somewhere here. Oh, god damn it. Oh, well. Guys, a superpower not getting scammed? Like, never give money to anyone who approaches you in any way. Just don't do it. Tell them fuck off, have a good day. That's how people get scammed. People, they get called, they get approached on the street and whatnot by some, you know, charming salesman, or they're just super pushy and people want to be polite and then they, you know, get sucked into the story and whatnot. Like, there's a lot of, like, I have like 10 imposters on Instagram scamming people or trying to. Like, just don't give your money to them. Just block anytime anyone's asking you for money or making you promises. Like, why do you even engage? Just block the person. I mean, everyone is gonna get scammed at some point in their life. Otherwise, you know, how do you learn? You learn by sometimes getting scammed. Like, I've been scammed in my life. I know everyone I know has been scammed at some point. That's how you learn. But, you know, but there are literally people who get scammed over and over again. It's like, come on. Especially like these really like easy ones. Like someone starts writing to you on social media, promises unicorns and rainbows. All you have to do is wire $1,000. Like, come on, guys, grow up. Alright, guys, I'm gonna cut the stream now. Wait, I've been streaming for an hour, 22 minutes? What is wrong with me? Hey, guys, have a great weekend, and hopefully... I'll maybe stream on Monday, but I'm gonna be away for 2 weeks, so from home, so I won't stream for 2 weeks. again, we'll see about Monday. Okay, good luck everyone.